Well, I'm just gonna sit here and talk about some cool products slash makes that I've been using a lot lately, and kind of just say a few words about them. Maybe you'll get some inspo to do something, or get out there and explore more, or go out and shoot, or do whatever. Um, I recently picked up this new Yashica Electro 35 camera. It's a film camera from the 70s. Over 5 million units of this thing were sold. There's a few versions. This is the Electro 35 GT. There's like a GTN and I think a GTS maybe. Each of them have different things they can do. They're all very, very similar. I absolutely love the way this thing looks. It's a really slick design. The shutter sounds amazing. You can lock the trigger. The viewfinder is really well made, and the focusing it's a little tricky because it's just a tiny circle and you have to like line things up in them, and that's how you know things are in focus, when they're lined up. So it's a little bit tricky, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. The lens is fixed. It's a fixed 45 mil lens, and it stops down to 1.7, which is awesome. And like, get this spring day. This place is lively. I like it. I feel like I'm still too bright. I can't tell. Can you see? Let me just change it. Yeah, so the camera. Get off me, fly. This has been my favorite camera to use in the last few months. When I say a few months, I've probably had it for a month now. It's awesome. This is gonna be it's gonna replace my Canon AT1 and bring this as my 35mm film camera, because this thing's awesome. So yeah, the camera. Next, I want to talk about this Hatchet. This was a gift for my birthday from my girlfriend's brother. It's made by Hatchet. It's also a Swedish brand. Well, I say also, it is a Swedish brand, made in Sweden too. I was using this last night with her. We were chopping wood to light the sauna, and we have a pretty big splitting axe in there, and this thing was handling the wood better. I was wildly impressed with how well this thing worked. It's very sharp. It came very sharp right out of the box. Could be touched up a little bit. I've used it a few times now. But I mean, the ergonomics of the handle, it's nice and smooth. It's got the good grip. I mean, it's a very traditional shaped handle, but I really like it. It's got a nice looking axe head. It's an interesting silver looking steel. It might be carbon steel, I'm not too sure. But it's got some kind of coating on it, so it'll prevent rust and things like that. This is nice because it's a more budget-friendly version of Granfers Brooks axes. This one's, yeah, like I said, it's a Hatchet. I would call this a hatchet. I mean, I think that the handle's only 15 inches, so it's not like a woodsman axe. It's definitely a hatchet, but this thing's amazing. It's got some good weight to it. Nice big flat part at the back you can use as a hammer for stakes or nails or whatever you want. That thing's awesome, and it's gonna be an essential part of my kit now, I think, for the foreseeable future, hopefully the rest of my life. I guess going along with the camera, didn't really think to talk about these. So my dad recently, he got a 3D printer, and he's been making all kinds of stuff, and I ended up going on one of the websites where you can kind of see templates that people have made. You can download them for free, and then you can print your own version or whatever you want. And this is something that he made for me, and it's a film holder. So it holds 3 little rolls of film, just neatly tucked away in there. It's not waterproof or anything like that, but it is like a nice hard case, and I like how it's a bright color, because in a bag that's all black, and everything's all black, when you open the bag, you can't, it's like, I'm looking at a jumble of stuff here. It's like chili. It's like a big soup of black gear. But now, because this is so orange and bright, I'm gonna know exactly where it is. I asked him to make another one he actually made 2. He made one for my buddy as well, which I'm gonna give to him soon. but this one's yellow, obviously, and then orange. I don't know, I could use it as like exposed, unexposed, something like that, or just bring the 6 rolls and then maybe flip them upside down when they've been used or something like that. It's real sturdy, not gonna break it. If you drop it, it's not a big deal. These things are really cool, and it was essentially free. I mean, it didn't even take half an hour to make them, and you know, it's not a lot of material / energy. So those are pretty cool. Let's talk about climbing. So my girlfriend and I have been climbing a lot lately. It's been a lot of fun. I've gone outdoors as well at Rattlesnake. There's a big escarpment out in the distance over there that we can climb on. Ever since being a gymnast, I mean, I was a gymnast for 20 years of my life. The physical aspect of sports and the movement and strength and balance and all that kind of stuff, I just love it, and have kind of been craving something that gets close to it ever since I finished competing in the sport and actually like training consistently. And I found that in jiu-jitsu for a little bit, but didn't end up pursuing it a little bit further. I'm kind of waiting for a more opportune moment where I'm not paying for a climbing gym membership and I'm not paying for a jiu-jitsu, like either when I've got like a salary or something like that, then that'll be a little bit more feasible. But these are 2 shoes that I've got because I work at a outdoor retail store right now as well as do photography. And at the store I get a 50% discount. And so like I got 2 pairs of shoes. These ones here are the La Sportiva Solution Comps. I think this is the next version. There is like an earlier version, but this is the new one or newer one. These things are awesome. They're very aggressive shoes. And it was really interesting because like I'm not a bad climber, but I'm not the best in the gym by any means. And going from a very basic pair of shoes to something as technical and robust as these, it was like an instant upgrade in performance, which was really, really cool. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the yellow and black. I wish they kind of came in a different color, but it was the ones my store had, and so I just kind of went with them. I think originally they're like $235, and I might have paid like $120 for them, something like that. But these are amazing. I'm only going to use these indoors unless